Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Zero from TechDragon.info, and I'm joined by Quill in her fancy new skin. Look at that. Nope, stop moving. Fancy. I'll show off mine as well. Mine's very minimalistic. I have a headset on, but it's kind of hard to show you. You can sort of tell. Anyways, new skins and a mods. What are we calling this? Review?
Review? Spotlight?
Spotlights? Something like that.
It's a mod pack. No, it's not a pack. It's just one mod. And we're going to take a peek at it.
Yep. And I'm going to give a quick sneak peek at how much is in this mod. Zoop. Yep. That's quite the area we've set up here. And we're going to take a little brief pause here and show you all kinds of links on the screen. If you're looking for a particular subject, you can click here, probably in that corner, and that corner, and that one, or something like that. Anyways, okay, so now that those people moved away to different sections of the video, we can actually start diving into the mod. It is a tech mod, and you can kind of tell from the name. Let me hover over something. UltraTech. It sounds very techy. You'll be surprised, actually. There's a couple of surprises in a tech mod that you usually don't see. Right, Quill? So, we'll start off right here with these fancy blue machines. And the first one is a climate station. What does it do? Well, I'm not even gonna really explain this because I think it's pretty damn obvious. Sunny, thunder, and rain. Yeah, let me show you. Let me place a windmill here. We'll get to that in a second. This is generating power, as you can see. Power units in this mod is QP, quantum power, I do believe. And you can't even see the bar. You need a full power bar here to do any of these. So you need a metric buttload of power. So let's turn it off again. So not an easy thing. If I hover over it, you can see you need, what, 100,000 QP? Yeah, quite a bit. Anyways, this mod comes with a miner. Not an A minor, a miner. We need to figure out something to have commas in spoken languages.
It's supposed to be when you pause. It's how you say it.
We have a miner. There,
yes.
Fixed. A miner is basically your quarry, your turtle, what other things have we had?
Pickaxe?
Yes, your pickaxe in block form. Interface is pretty self-explanatory. Fortune upgrades, auto-eject, blocks to mine. It basically calculates how many blocks are beneath it. Over here we have a power bar, a speed bar, or a speed times throttle, whatever you want to call it, and a mining area. In my inventory I have a couple of things. We have a Silk Touch upgrade, a mining upgrade, range upgrade, and a fortune upgrade. I haven't tested this out, but I'm pretty sure you can't have a Silk Touch upgrade with a fortune upgrade. The two kind of, you know, not really balance each other out, but counteract each other. So, yeah, over here we have one that's upgraded. 3 fortune upgrades. Auto eject is true, so if you have an inventory next to it, it will eject into it. We have a 5 times speed upgrade, and we do 113 by 113 blocks. This was quite a bit of range upgrades. So what you do over here, you see we have a completely empty one. Doesn't have auto eject, doesn't have fortune, no speed, and no area. So we basically shift right click and you see it goes in. If we do it again, you'll see that the book in my hand, the thingy, goes so it won't work. Only problem is you can't see that you have a Silk Touch upgrade in there, which is a bit weird, but there doesn't seem to be an interface for it yet. This mod, guys, is still in development. It is not quite done, but it is very playable. But there's a couple of snags that I will tell you about. Documentation is scarce, hence this video. So, yeah, anything else is pretty self-explanatory. Mining upgrades to make it go faster, range for range, yeah. So you basically apply them. There's a limit to some of them. As you can see, the limit is 5 times, 3 times, only 1 auto eject, obviously. And then there's the range. So yeah, it's pretty simple, but you need to supply it with a buttload of power. We move over here. We'll get to the windmill later. It's just here to power the fermenter. We can put in apple, we can put in wheat, and we can put in sugar. We create juice. The juice we can put into a... I forgot what it's called. Something over there. We'll get to that later. To make ethanol. Not sure what you use ethanol for, though.
I assume the same thing you use gasoline for.
Yeah,
Or
possibly.
you mix the two.
Well, you can use gasoline in one of the engines, well, generators. So I'm not quite sure. Over here we have a crafting bench, and a pretty nifty one at that. Let's say that this is, by the way, left clicking. It's going to be a bit difficult, so it took me a little bit to figure this out. So we see a door here, and we could grab it out right now, but what we can do is hit this button with the left mouse button, the arrow up, click it once, and ta-da, there's a door in there. Now, if we were to say we want compressed cobblestone, yes, we have extra utilities here, and I'll show you in a bit why as well. And we hit here, we can actually store recipes. So now I just left click on the door, and ta-da, we have a door. I left click on the door, and it creates one. Very handy. If I right click on any of these, it basically removes them. So if we want to remove it, we right click on it, and it removes it. Right click on that one, and it takes it out. So a pretty nifty thing. I'm not sure what this one does. Haven't been able to figure that one out just yet. So I'm not quite sure what that M does. You can turn it on and off. I'm not sure. Like I said, the documentation on this mod is pretty scarce, and we had to figure out a buttload of stuff to actually do this mod spotlight / review / look at. It was pretty bad. So here we have a charging station, and you can charge your lightsaber in here. Yes, there's a lightsaber. Let me actually grab one. I think we find it on laser. Nope. What's it called? Where is it? I think it's in here. Ah. It's a laser with double S. So, you can put that in here and charge it up. As you can see, it takes a lot of power and not a lot in here. You can take it out as well. But what you can do, the problem with these batteries, which we'll get to in a little bit, they're over there, is they don't retain their power when you pickaxe them, which is kind of annoying. However, we do have batteries. We can charge them in here. As you can see, there's a little bit of charge. We can decharge them. And we can do this. We can charge that one up, as you can see. But if we keep them in here, and on this battery we say we want them to do nothing, you'll see that the battery here is charging. So we can use this charging station to actually charge up these batteries, the battery blocks, which can contain a lot more power. So if you need mobile power, this is the way to do it. Another way is to grab this battery, and you shift right click on a battery box, and ta-da, it has power. So there's a couple of ways that you can actually transport power, and you need these batteries for it. So, kind of an interesting system. Normally you can just move the batteries and the power will stay in them. Not in this mod, but they do have ways of moving power around, so that's pretty nice. Let's put that in there. Now, machines. As Quo is going to explain everything. No.
Nah.
So, we have tier 1 and tier 2 machines. The tier 1s are the white ones, the tier 2 are the black ones, grey ones, whatever you want to call them. I'm not going to go over the crafting recipes, by the way, guys. That's what you have NEI for. I mean, what server doesn't have NEI, right? I mean, every single server that we have played had NEI. You're not going to play a server without NEI or mods like it. So, laminator basically is a sort of presser that makes plates. We have the purifier, which you put your ores in after they've been cut up. So basically your dirty ores go in here. You purify them and you get the clean dust out of it. We have a furnace. Well, I don't think I have to explain that one. You bake your cookies in there. We have a cutter, which cuts up your ores and a couple of other things. And a CVD, which is a combination of things. I'm not quite sure what it stands for. It's some sort of crusher combiner kind of thing. And I think we use the purifier for something else as well.
Purifier also is used for making the deco blocks, for what's in that little building over there.
In your hand. Sneak peek.
Yes. Sneaky. Well, the building's made out of them. So
Yeah,
isn't a
actually
bigger sneaky
zoom in.
peeky.
But we'll get to that later. Okay, let me actually grab. Let me actually go in here and say let's show the recipe of this thing. So to make the generator tier 2, for instance, we need that, and we need plastic. To get plastic, we need a chemical plant, and we'll get to that in a second. So the tier 2 machinery, you have to actually walk through almost the entire mod. Yeah, hold on, let me fix that. Fixed.
Thank you.
See? It's bright. Time goes too fast in Minecraft, I swear. Anywho, power. We have a windmill. We have solar panels in 2 different tiers. You can see a tier 1 and a tier 2. A tier 2 is basically made out of, I don't remember, 1 center object and then 8 of these tier 1s around it. You'll see a lot of those kind of recipes. Although you don't use the tier 1 machines to make the tier 2s. That's one thing to keep in mind. You don't reuse the machines, which is kind of a shame, but yeah, not too bad on the other hand. It means you can keep your tier 1 machines as well. Now, here comes one of the problems at the moment with this mod. Now, keep in mind this, as far as I can tell, only one person is actually developing this mod, and he's done a pretty awesome job so far. I have to say, I'm really enjoying this mod. But there is supposedly a hand crank generator in the mod, which is like your first kind of power generation. That does not seem to be in the mod pack at the moment. I don't know if it's a bug or not quite sure. So you're gonna need a different mod to help you out start off with this mod, because you cannot make the generator tier 1. To make it, you need silver. To get silver, you need to be able to cut it with the cutter. That one. To make the cutter, well, I can take a look at it real quick. Is it in here? No. Yep, I can't type. There we go. To make the cutter, you need diamond dust, which you make with the CVD. To use the CVD, you need power to make power. Yeah.
Sounds like a huge big catch-22.
Why did I do that? There we go. It is. So that's a bit of a problem. The way I solved it is to use extra utilities, for instance, works with it. So if you take a look at the survivalist, I don't have my NEI on, there we go. The survivalist generator, which is just some redstone, some iron ore, ingots, and some cobblestone. Yeah, simple stuff that will work with this mod. So that's something you can use. We do have a branch over to RF and Buildcraft power, so RF will work with most machines. So you can hook up any dynamo from, what's that mod called? Wow. Yeah, the mod that uses RF. I'll probably pop it on screen right now because I can't come up with it. This is pretty bad. I swear I know mods, really. Anywho, get back to the generator. So you need a bit of a different mods to get you started on this mod, which is a shame, but it can't really be helped. It's just how it is right now. The mod is still in full development, and I'm sure he's working on it. I'll be sure to let the mod creator know, and hopefully he'll have it fixed soon. Anyways, so generator tier 1, they'll run on any solid fuel, so coal or anything else solid fuel they have in your mod pack, planks, sticks, anything. The tier 2 version, it will basically do the same thing but just burn it faster for the same power output. So it's not more fuel efficient or anything, it's just faster. So you get the same amount of power out of the same items, just faster. And you can put speed upgrades in it to make it even faster, but you'll burn more fuel. Which I don't mind. I mean, with everything being more fuel efficient, usually makes the game easier. Having to have just more of it just to generate more power is kind of a good way, I guess. Next up, the lava generator. It's a bit of a question. Does this thing generate lava or does it work on lava to generate power? Well, it actually generates power. What you do is you pipe it in and you have a cable coming out of it. Very simple. It does not have an interface. Like, I can't right click on it. As you can see, nothing happens. So just pipe in lava and pipe out power, and you basically, same thing here. The tier 2 version makes it faster than the tier 1. Fuel generators. Fluid, excuse me, but it runs on fuel. As you can see here, little jerry can with fuel. runs on multiple types of fuel, and the type of fuel basically dictates how much power it's going to generate. So we have fuel and we have gasoline. Gasoline will run at 10 QP a tick, and fuel will run at 8? 3? I don't know, less at least. So, and we'll get to that generation in a little bit over there. Batteries come in different tiers, tier 1 to 4. The tier 4 can store up to, what is this, 5 million? 50 million. 50 million QP. Trust me, that is a lot of power. I mean, even filling these tier 1s takes a while. At least with the earlier game power, but yeah. So, that was it for the first bit, the machines. Now we'll move over here to the oil. Okay, well, here we are with the oil. Down here is a oil well thingamajiggy, as you can see. And here is the pump. You need a pump to pump up oil. Who knew? Ha! Let me actually reset the time here real quick before it gets night again and it sneaks up on me. Which probably will happen. Yeah. This whole oil system, it severely lacks documentation, and holy crap, how long did I spend on this quill to figure this out? Couple of hours?
At least.
A lot of cursing?
A little cussing, yes.
Yeah, a little bit. So, yeah, this system, it took me a while, guys. It is not easy. So, a couple of things you need to know. We'll start off with the pump. Pump is easy enough to make. Again, I'm not going to show you the recipe. You'll figure that out. Any form of power. Right now I'm using solar panels just because it's nice and compact. Doesn't matter what you use. This is not going to be a crippling point. You don't need that much power into the pump, really. The pump will continue to pump, as you can see. That's why I set it up like this. This is one of those oil things that spills out of the ground, you know, and spills up and shoots up and all that.
Geyser.
And yeah, it went all the way up here. I basically placed this directly above it. As you can see, it can still pump now. So it will pump down. It will basically check underneath it and go down. Okay, so keep that in mind. You don't have to keep moving this pump. It will just go down. It's smart enough to just see that there's stuff underneath it. I mean, for display purposes, you know, for prettiness, you might want to have it flush with the ground or something, because this, of course, looks ugly as hell, but it will work like this. So, you basically use the copper pipes, which are the fluid pipes in here. You pipe it into a boiler, and the boiler can actually take that juice that we made over there and turn it into ethanol. And I'm not quite sure, I haven't tested it out what you can do with that, but I'm not gonna spoil everything in this mod pack. You gotta do something yourself, right? Lazy bunch of... So, a boiler, you need to heat it up with a heater. The heater runs on power and solid fuel, so you can do both or one or the other, whichever you prefer. If you do both, then you basically are gonna get very efficient. This is a different mod, but doesn't matter, you can put coal blocks, doesn't matter. Anything that will burn. Basically, you pipe the raw oil in here, and this turns it into, I forgot what they actually call it. I think it's gas oil or something. It was a bit of a weird name. Like I said, I had a lot of figuring out to figure out where the hell everything went and how. And so, then you pipe it into the refinery. And yeah, this refinery, I only had a reference image to go off to build this thing, and the reference image was wrong. Yeah, pretty damn bad. I don't know if he changed the refinery in the meantime or something, but the reference image I used was not correct. So that was really annoying, but I figured it out in the end. What you need to do is you have a base structure of refinery base blocks, and you have refinery I/O blocks, input-output blocks. It doesn't matter where you put them, anywhere in this space, you know, on either any side, doesn't matter. In the middle you have the refinery core, which I'm not going to show you, trust me, it's in there. Let me grab that block real quick, it's in here. Refinery, what's it called? Core, yeah, that was right. That is just smack in the middle here, you only need one, so right behind this block here. There it is, refinery core. So, let's put this back. As you can see, the multi-block formed. So, as you can see, these are dimensions, and these blocks, the structure blocks, are 8 tall and just completely solid. So keep that in mind. 8 tall and completely solid. So that's a 3x3 by 8. And then you have the refinery base with the core and 4 I/O ports. 3 for output, 1 for input. And the way you switch them, you see here right now, it's blue. Take an empty hand, shift right click, and it turns colors. And turn back to blue. Let's put a pipe back here. So I've put some signs here. Input 1 is blue. Output 2 is red. It's not red because I rebuilt this thing. Let me set this. So it's red and fuel comes out of here. So let's put a pipe there. I'm gonna have to redo this one as well. And to empty hands, we need to set this to green. Green, gasoline, and gasoline is actually green, so that's easy to remember. Trust me, this information is important. You really want to know this shit because you otherwise can't tell and you'll have to experiment. And over here we have the plastic output. I'm not quite sure what it actually is called. We need orange. But it basically makes plastic. And I told you we would get back to that. To make the tier 2 machinery, you need plastic. Plastic comes from a chemical plant. All you do is put power in it. Right now I just have a windmill. And you put this liquid in here. It's a whitish liquid. I forgot what it's called. But it basically just processes in here. We'll see that in a second. So let's kickstart this thing off. What you do is you take this wrench, which is called a linker, and you just right click on a copper pipe, which makes it a output pipe, pulls out of the tank, and we'll go in here. We'll go over here and take a look. As you can see, it's filled up and it's filled with gas oil. That is what it's called. So right now it's not coming out, it's not going to the refinery. Basically do the same thing over here, make it blue, and it goes to the refinery. And we are back after a brief little fix here. For some reason the multi-block wasn't properly formed, even though it changed texture, but it was a bit sketchy. I don't know. I basically reformed it by moving up the I/O block 1 up, and basically it worked after that, so not quite sure. Maybe the I/O port cannot be in the bottom for the input. I'm not quite sure about that, but at least this is working. As we can see here, we are making plastic, and that is how you get plastic, guys. And that's how you start off with the tier 2 stuff. So to get the tier 2 stuff, you have to build all this, find oil, process it in this way, pipe it into your tier 1 chemical plant, and later on your tier 2. And yeah. Byproducts are, as you can see here, gasoline and fuel. You'll get a lot more fuel for gasoline, like you get maybe like 1 bucket of gasoline versus 10 of the fuel or something. So the fuel burns for a lot less power than the gasoline. It's a lot more efficient. So, but you get 2 nice sources that you can burn in the fuel generators. Run over here real quick. In these fluid generators. So yeah, nice stuff there. So by going through the mod and going to the different sections, different tiers, you basically go through the entire mod. So that's pretty cool. Let's head over to the next section, the big, powerful power generators. Dun dun dun. Okay, and we are back with the next section. And as you can see here, we have reactors. I've pre-made a couple of things here. This is the smallest reactor. It is a multi-block structure, as you can see, and you need a couple of components. The outside here are reactor walls, and that's what you build the entire outside frame of. I've left a couple of spaces open, because we need to put stuff in it. We have a reactor core. Well, guess where that one goes? Smack in the middle. Yeah, bet you didn't expect that one, did you? You did?
Maybe.
Oh. Lame. We have a reactor controller. We'll put that right there. We have a reactor I/O. Gee, that looks a lot like the I/O port we have over there. We have a water provider. We have a tank. And let's just put a piece of wall there. Does this look like it's working? Do you see water in this tank?
No.
Why don't you come over here and shift click on this little panel here. Hey, look at that. It formed a multi-block. And the water tank is filling. So, what is going on here, guys? I'll give you a brief explanation. You have your core in the middle. You have your controller here. You'll need that in every single one of these. There's bigger versions, as you can see. You need a water tank. Don't forget about that part. If you put a water provider in there with a reactor I/O, that will interact with each other, but you do need this one. You don't have to hook up pipes, but you do need it. If we leave this one out and we put this one in, and we shift click with an empty hand, by the way, you'll see it does form, no problem, but the water tank will not get filled. So you need an I/O port to interact with that water provider. That water provider, by the way, you can put it in the world and you can use it as an infinite water source as well. So you can pipe this into your machines that need water and it will function great for that as well. So keep that in mind. Now, we need to, basically what this does is it makes steam, and what the hell's going on with the weather? You typing size weather clear? So, in the bottom here we will put a I/O port because we want to interact with these steam turbines here. Let's get a pipe and we hook it up. So, that's form the block again. Okay, so it's filling up. And now we can click on it and we have a interface. We have heat, we have water. The amount of water that I can store depends on how many tanks you put in here. As you can see right now we can store 2000 water. Want more? Well, let's just put it in there. Let's shift click it on again and ta-da, we can store 4000 water. So every tank will do 2000 extra water. This isn't as important for this small one, but for the bigger reactors you're gonna need a bit more water. So, now we need a fuel rod. Let's actually grab one real quick. Nope, over here. Where are they? Now I wanted to show you something. We have this one, radionite, but we also have these. Uranium, thorium, something, and plutonium. I think these are compatibility with different mods, but you can't actually craft these. They work exactly the same as this one, they generate exactly the same, so they're literally the same item that are named different and look different, but I think these are mod compatibility items. Not sure, but you can't craft these, so don't even worry about them. So, as you can see, all of these are sort of light grayed out, and only this one is open in the center. We put one in, we turn it on, it starts heating up, and it will start generating steam. Soonish, once we get up to 100 degrees. In the meantime, while we wait for that thing to heat up, let's do the same thing with this one. However, this one is a bit bigger. As you can see, it's a 5x5. And we have reactor chambers in here. So, instead of just the reactor core, we have a chamber around the core. You can see in here, there's one block in the center of all these chambers, which is the core. So all we do now is basically fill this up with the chambers. If I can fly, there we go. We fill up the top. Is it running yet? Cool. The steam thingy on the other one. Oh, I continue building this one real quick.
Yes,
we have the water.
I see.
It is.
The fan's spinning.
Ooh, let's go take a look. And as you can see, if I hover over it, it generates 8 QP a tick. If you look in the battery, you'll see that the battery's charging. Yay! It works! Hooray! We have power. Now, if we take a look in here, you'll see that this cell is taking damage now. And there's two other things that I haven't gotten into. We have redstone control, which is a separate block that I haven't picked up, but it's basically an extra block you can put in here. Replace any of these. That's the nice thing about this mod. You can even use the corner blocks, which isn't always the case with other reactors and stuff. And we have a automatic control, and as you see here, automatic start and stop. It will basically stop when it runs out. As you can see, the steam, we're not building up any steam, but it's holding steady at 80. That's because this is basically the max that this thing can do. One steam turbine, that's it. You might be able to get more out of it with different mod items, steam turbines or steam anything, but for this mod, this is the max it can do with this generator, which is still a decent amount of power. 8 is not bad at all. So let's build up the next one. Principle is exactly the same other than the reaction chambers, so let's fill it up here. Let's click it. As you can see, we have a bit more water tanks in here, so let's fill this one up with the radionite cell real quick. Let's put them in there, and let's duplicate the item. As you can see, we have a lot bigger area to put these in. Now, the thing about these reactors is, let's turn it on. As you see, it will heat up a lot faster than the other one. And we're generating 720. And oh, what is happening there? That's a problem, isn't it? Freaking turn for a stupid nighttime.
This
So,
clock's on vacation.
Yeah, I noticed. Anyways, do you see a problem here?
Yeah, you ran out of water.
I did, didn't I? So, one is not enough. Let's experiment, shall we? Let's put in a second one.
Now you
Let's
get
see what
things
happens.
floating all over the place up there.
Yeah, I know. That's a bit of a problem. These things
One's on
drop
this side.
off. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'll put new ones in. It's a bit of an annoyance. We should put one on the ground so we have empty hand. There. Let's turn it on again and see what happens. Does it work if you have 2 water providers and 1 input-output? Well, the answer is nope. So, that doesn't work. Well, maybe we
It
need
refilled.
another...
It refilled.
No, it's
full.
already going down. It's because I turned it off again.
Oh, okay.
So I need another input. Oh, not there.
There they go again.
Yeah, it kind of is annoying. But, you know, this is experimenting. Okay, let's put them in there again. And we start it up again. Is it enough now? And the water is holding stable. Hey, guess what? We figured it out. As you can see, the steam is slowly building up, which is good. I can add another one of these steam turbines, but the problem is it will probably drop. Now, you're going to have to tweak this yourself. Like I said, if you're using different modded steam turbines instead of these ones, you might have different results, more power, less power. You can use more of them, more efficient, whatever, it doesn't matter. But for this mod, it seems that the amount of Radeonite cells minus 1 or 2 is roughly the number of steam turbines you can drive with it. And let's quickly put this big one together. Okay, boo-boo I made is the entire center here is going to be made out of these chambers, and only the absolute center block is the core, so you only need 1 core for all of these reactors. For every single reactor, only 1 core, not multiple. The rest is all just chambers, so these. So keep that in mind. So, we have our water, 12,000, and let's put the radionite in.
25.
There we go. Yep, 25 of them. Okay. So, start it up, and hopefully we have enough water generation. We do not. Well, I think you get the gist of it, of how it works. As you can see, it's basically powering all of these, and the power's going a shit ton faster. We're gonna run out of water, which we can probably see here. Yep, we're out. So you probably need 1 or 2 more, because it wasn't raining that fast, so 1 or 2 more water providers and IOs, and you should be able to make it. So I think that's enough about the reactors. I mean, the principle remains the same between the small one and the big one. You just need enough water, and yeah, you know, I'll leave the experimenting to you guys. So, let's head over to the last bit. And here we are with the last part of this mod. Something you really don't expect in a tech mod at all.
It's like a gift box all wrapped up here.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of is
Fancy.
for the builders.
Ooh. Ta 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 ta. We need some epic music to go with that entry.
Does look techie
Holy
in here.
crap. Yeah.
What you're looking at is a gift to the builders. Now, I can think of a number of different places, different ways of using these. Everything from a small piece here and there to jazz something up, to do something psychedelic, to do something completely over the top, from a circus. Now you can see the floor is seamless.
Mm-hmm.
The glass,
It's pretty nice.
there's a diamond glass and a coved glass.
Get
They're
it
also
close looking.
seamless.
Yep, as you can see,
You
awesome
didn't have to
connected textures.
break it.
Oh, demonstrating stuff. Then we have a black version as well. Black outlined. Well, grayish, but...
This is where the purifier comes in. To make these blocks, the white ones, you need to place netherrack not netherrack, I'm sorry, nether quartz into the purifier.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can take one of the black ones, which is made from using cobblestone and or plain stone in the purifier, and adding aluminum dust in the purifier to get a white stone block. So you don't have to go to the nether.
Nice. Options. I like options. Options are nice.
To get a deco block,
That's these colorful things.
Yes. You start with either the black or the white one, and in just a regular crafting table or in the crafter, you use different formations with stone, cobblestone, or to get a white one like you're holding there.
Yeah,
then
I'm showing the recipe right now.
3D painter.
Oh,
and work the
hey,
magic.
What do you know? There's actually one right here. What are the odds?
What are the odds?
So we put one in, and you can basically select colors, and as you can see, we get a very funky block out of it. Now, these blocks actually sadly do not give off light. Bit of a bummer. I mean, they're so freaking bright. Let's take a look at the other ones here real quick. Let's make a red one out of that. Yep. And what shall we do for the last color?
Your choice.
What do we have? Green. Let's go with blue. I like that one. That one's nice. That blue one. So yeah, there you have it. A tech mod with a buttload of nice blocks. I mean, just these blocks are nice to have. The black and the white ones. Oh yes, please. That's something that's always missing in Minecraft. Good white and black blocks. These ones have quite a bit of variation. And then there's this. Let me go back here so we can see it all. Holy crap. I'll do a quick flyby. There's just so much here, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, it's pretty psychedelic and wow, LSD trippy in your face, but well, it is. I mean,
well,
yeah. So, but you know, these black ones are really nice. These black and white ones, there's just a lot you can do as a builder with these. And like I said, you probably don't want to just use these blocks because they're quite bright.
Well, everything from I could see a very psychedelic circus to a rainbow to just using one of the orange blocks in like a haunted house build, maybe for Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
To just highlight something.
Yeah, there's lots of options.
It's definitely going to draw the eye.
Oh, just using once in a while, like one of these blocks to alternate with a different one, or yeah, there's definitely options here. So there you have it, guys. Let's take a quick look outside. We have anything from a mining / weather control, machinery to duplicate and triplicate ores, to power generation, to oil processing, to big ass reactors using steam, and there's more in here. We haven't covered every single thing in here, but this video is already running a bit long. But then again, we always have that problem here.
Maybe.
I mean, our videos never are too long. And, yeah. So yeah, that is UltraTech for you. As you can see down there, the name UltraTech. That's how you spell it if you're looking for it. 3 tabs in Creative. We have the ores and MISC basically. Machines, and we have decoration. As you can see, there are really this many decorative blocks in a tech mod. It's pretty awesome. So I think that about covers everything. Did we miss anything?
Only how far it's updated to.
And the mod version we're currently running on is 0.9.3. So yeah, this mod isn't even at version 1 yet. It's, as far as I can tell, one person working on it, and I have to say, doing an awesome job. So keep it up with this mod, and you might become one of the big tech mods. I definitely like it. There's a lot in here. I mean, just look at how long it took us to cover everything. Sheesh.
The other thing I really like about it is it's not something you can do at the beginning of the game. You have to work for it, and you're going to have to get quite a few items and quite a bit of materials before you can actually go all the way through the mod.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you
It's gonna
have to
keep
go
you busy.
through the entire oil processing rig, that entire corner there, just to get the tier 2 machinery. So yeah, you definitely have to work for it and go through almost the entire mod to get to the end segment, so that's pretty cool. So, I think that about wraps it up. Cool mod, I'll put a link in the description, obviously, and version numbers and that sort of stuff all in the description. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
Don't get lost.